The desert is a starkly beautiful yet severe place to be. This is true both literally and metaphorically when we face arid and dry times in our lives. The wilderness has a prominent place in the Bible. It's the place where most of the foundational pieces of Scripture were written. When God led His people out of Egyptian slavery, He didn't bring them immediately into the land flowing with milk and honey. There was work to be done, a people to be formed, a culture to be created, an identity to be bestowed. And for this work, God chose the wilderness. In the wilderness, God parted the Red Sea for His people to cross over, destroying the armies of their previous masters in the process. In the wilderness, He gave the 10 Commandments. In the heat of the desert, God melted away the identity of slavery and established a new one, God's chosen people. In the wilderness, the Torah was written. Genesis, Exodus, Leviticus, Numbers, and Deuteronomy. In the merciless and unforgiving terrain of the desert, God provided for His people. When there was literally no other way for them to survive, God supplied what they needed. In the wilderness, God instructed a tabernacle to be created, one in which He would meet with them personally, one that would stay among them wherever they went and at the center of all they did. In the wilderness, the people thrashed about, in one moment longing to return to slavery, in another casting a golden calf and worshiping it. And then there was God, fathering them, allowing them to reap the harvest of their choices, waiting for them to settle into the fact that He was sovereign and He had chosen them. From the desert, the people decided they couldn't conquer the promised land. And for another generation, they wandered. They stayed there a lot longer than they had to. But the day finally came. They crossed the Jordan River and entered their destiny. Everyone wants the promised land. But what we often fail to realize is that it is in the desert that we are being formed. It is the struggle of the wilderness that gives us the appreciation for where God is leading our lives. It is often the struggle forward that allows us to savor the triumph. May we embrace the seasons we spend in the desert. They are forming us into who we are, chosen